Millie rock. Hiding in my socks. Running from a up. And I shoot that up. What? And I'm on the block. What? And I'm on the block. In New York, I Millie rock. Hiding in my sock. Hiding in my sock. Selling every rock.
Alrighty, folks, games 4, 5, and 6 of the round 1 series between the 3-seeded Hawks and 6-seeded Pistons. Let's start off game 4, Pistons with a 2-1 series lead with a Chris Middleton tray ball, but Romeo Langford answering right back. Pretty quiet set of games from Romeo Langford as he misses that one. Anthony Davis with a board over to Brian Antoine with the windmill. That's certainly not going to be the last dunk you see from Antoine or anyone else on this Hawks team as they were dunking it crazily. Anthony Davis with a tray ball. Big game 6. More on him not too long later as Anthony Davis with the drive and the finish, drawing the foul. And the and one 8-point lead, but make that a 5-point lead as the former Hawk Mike Muscala from downtown. Michael Porter Jr. with the putback. Hawks up by 3. As Deontay Davis would be stolen by Ball. And Colin Sexton going coast to coast, running like a newborn horse. As Dennis Schroeder over to Nazir Little at the buzzer. And the Hawks would take an 11-point lead at halftime in Detroit at the Little Caesars Arena. As Colin Sexton, showing off some contact. 12-point lead. But Mike Muscala from downtown. All the ladies are hollering for some Muscala as Ball over to Romeo Langford, the Indiana Hoosier, with the tray balls for former Illinois Fighting Illini Ayo DeSunmo with the and one as Schroeder over to the big fella Ball. 2 hands for safety. As it's a 14-point game. Corey Joseph, the former Raptor and Pacer and Canadian, will get it to Chris Middleton, over to Luke Kennard. Back to Joseph, launching a bomb as he gets it to go. Nazir Little, he already has 1 buzzer beater today. Make that 2. Ending the third quarter off with a nice mid-range shot as Sexton, pump fake, bang, bang. As Sexton with a shot, did not shoot great this episode, but did shoot a lot. As Luke Kennard from a lot of feet away, actually not that many feet away from the 3-point arc once he shot it. Michael Porter Jr. with a tray as well. Pistons down by 15, not looking good as Antoine gets it to Davis. And Anthony Davis would be denied. I believe that was the other Davis, Deontay Davis or Michael Porter. Couldn't tell who, as Luke Kennard hit the nice shot. Speaking of Luke Kennard, he'll miss that one, but Deontay Davis will get a putback. Pistons coming back only down by 7 as Anthony Davis with the and one. Colin Sexton backing down over to Davis, and the big fella showing Andre Drummond what he got. Take another look. I couldn't tell if that was Drummond or not. I just assumed it was. But Anthony Davis with a beautiful dunk. 10-point lead. Not looking good. That might be that dagger. 93-84. Now the scoreboard got kind of cut off on that one. Anthony Davis, 2 hands. Beautiful series. Now tied up at 2-2 as we head to Game 5 in the Phillips Arena. Now a 3-game series pretty much. Start off. Pistons up 4-2. As Anthony Davis and the Hawks and their all-white alternates. Davis over to Langford. Boom. He hits for triple. Hawks up by 1. As somewhat wide open would be Chris Middleton hitting the triple. 4-point lead for Atlanta. Nice little drive from the former Texas A&M Aggie Chris Middleton. He missed it, but the Pistons will get the putback. Pistons starting off in control as Anthony Davis over to Sexton. Sexton with the drive and the finish. The former Alabama Crimson Tide, a number 4 overall pick. As Ball some good shot contest, but it's still good. 8-point Detroit lead, but Luke Kennard will make that a 10-point lead, double digits. As Ayo gets it to the German Dennis the Menace over to the big fella, the Brow, Anthony Davis with the one-handed monster jammer. Take another look. Absolutely beautiful. As look at this dunk by Henry Ellenson, just matching Anthony Davis's, as DeSunmo gets it to Schroeder, over to AD, and another one, this time the foul on the rookie, Balsa Kovrika. And the Pistons are only up by 2 as Nasir Little. This might be the best one of the day. Spin move and dunks over a defender. Nasir Little spins by Luke Kennard and dunks on Deontay Davis. That's the best dunk of the episode, is Kovrika with the and one. James Wiseman fouled him. Didn't really look like a foul that much, as Wiseman gets it to Antoine, the rookie from Kentucky. Kentucky connection. The two rookies, both top 5 picks, and both went to Kentucky, as Bol would miss it, but the Wiseman would pass it out to Antoine, who get it to Langford. Juliet's Love Romeo with it, as Bol 2 hands for safety. Andre Drummond with a nice little pump fake. Drummond had a very good game 6 and a pretty solid game 5. As at the end of a quarter, Patrick Beverly gets it to Kennard with the last second shot, but Dennis Schroeder, you know what he says? What you can do? I can do better. He launches a bomb, and he makes it, giving the Hawks a 5-point lead at the end of halftime of Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Playoffs first round. Let's go second half now, as Brian Antoine, it's just easy for the youngster. Another look as he goes with a one-handed jam. 5-point lead still, as Colin Sexton with trying to drive it, but he just hands it to Bol, who gets it to Romeo Langford in the corner, and Langford would hit the 3-ball, but Chris Middleton will enter with a 3 of his own. 4-point game. Nasir Little with the drive, and that might be the second best dunk of the episode behind his other dunk. Take another look, going with the reverse. 4-point lead nearing the end of a quarter. James Wiseman ending it off strong, making it a 6-point game. Now, don't forget, on April 20-something, the date, it wouldn't let me say it, Sixers are going to be playing the Bucks, 1-seeded Sixers and 8-seeded Bucks, as Nasir Little with the tray. Nice bomb from the Pistons. Sixers are up 3-1 in that series, might I add, as Pistons down by 12, but cutting it down to 9-point game. Sexton driving over to Langford. Langford with a drive of his own, giving it to Sexton, who would launch a meteor, and it's going to hit Dusty Depot. 6-point lead with just under 30 seconds left, as Sexton gets it to Langford. A bomb. No good, but Bol gets the board. Brian Antoine open in the corner. The fadeaway is good. That would pretty much do it. Anthony Davis would hold it, and the Hawks would take a 3-2 series lead as we go to Game 6 in Detroit. If the Hawks win, then the Pistons are done. This is an elimination game for Detroit, the first elimination game of the series, as Anthony Davis with a 3. Just watch out for Anthony Davis in this first quarter. You're going to see a lot of him, as Bol gets the board over to the former New Orleans Pelican, and Anthony Davis will make it look easy with a floater, and the finish, 8-2. Patrick Beverly, the former Rocket and Clipper, though, with a long 2, as Deontay Davis, guarded by Davis, stolen by Davis, not Devis, and Anthony Davis with an amazing dunk, as he was one of just 2 players to score in the first quarter. The other one was Colin Sexton, and he made 1 shot. So I think that says something about how Anthony Davis played, as James Wiseman gets the board over to DeSunmo, over to Davis with the 3-ball. Anthony Davis putting this team on his back, as Luke Kennard, the white man, got hops, showing off the dunk. Only a 3-point game now, with Anthony Davis out. Not as easy for the Hawks, but Ayo DeSunmo does hit the triple, as the first quarter was not the only quarter Anthony Davis put this team on his back, but Nasir Little putting this team on his jump shot with that shot. As Bol getting the and one, the second-year man out of the Pac-12 in Eugene, Oregon, as Brian Antoine showing off his vertical. Take another look. This is a very young, explosive team with a lot of dunks game in and game out, as Bol, the big man, can shoot all 7'5" of them, as Antoine with the and one, making it look easy. 9-point Hawk lead with about 3 minutes left in the half, as Beverly gets it to Drummond. Big second half for Andre Drummond. He posted and toasted on ball, and Anthony Davis. Middleton hits for 3. Hawks up by 6. Romeo Langford would pass it out for Davis, who has over 20 already in the first half. Over to Antoine. Nailing the 3 ball as Beverly over to Drummond with the and 1. 50-44 here, nearing the end of the first half as Chris Middleton would hit a last-second shot. Ayo Dosunmu went for a half-court shot, but unlike last game, it wasn't a what you can do, I can do better moment. It's the Pistons now on top with Andre Drummond getting the lob from Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly probably didn't throw too many lobs to DeAndre Jordan because he wasn't on the Clippers that long, but probably threw some. As Davis making it look easy with the layup. 2-point Detroit lead. This one's definitely going to go down to the wire as Andre Drummond making it look easy on the brow. 6-point lead now as Antoine gets it to Wiseman. And the Wiseman's going to pass it out to the open fella. Kentucky to Kentucky connection. Former teammates 2020 draft class showing out as almost at the buzzer with about 7 seconds left. Luke Kennard attempting a 3, no good. Nasir Little likes to heave up shots at the end of buzzers, and he usually makes them. Nasir Little, he had a few throughout the season. He had one last game, and there's one there as it bounced in and out. 6-point lead, but Dennis Schroeder would cut it in half like a watermelon, making it a 3-point lead. Now it's just a 1-point lead, but that one would be stolen by Kovrikov, a rookie, and Middleton would be denied by Colin Sexton, but it actually worked out for Detroit as Corey Joseph will get the and 1. 9-point lead, not looking good for Atlanta, but Anthony Davis with the and 1. He has 34 at this point. I don't think he made the 3 throw, though. 10-point game with about 3 minutes left. Not looking good for the Hawks, but Colin Sexton would stop, pop, and drop, making it a 7-point game. Lot of action the last couple minutes in this one. You don't want to miss it. Get your popcorn out, kids, because it's going to be a wild ride. Deontay Davis at the shot clock with some shot clock cheese. But Anthony Davis saying, well, you can do, I can do better. Now at the 40-point mark. But Chris Middleton wide open. You don't leave him wide open, one of the best shooters in the NBA. But Anthony Davis putting this team on his back, even though he misses it. As Ball would get the and 1. He hesitated. Didn't know if he wanted to pass it out, but he made the smart choice, drawing the foul and getting the shot. 9-point game. Colin Sexton with a clutch shot. He made a few clutch shots in this game. As Antoine heaving up a prayer, no good. But Davis with a putback. It's just a 2-point game. Michael Porter Jr. inbounding it as Patrick Beverly has it. Beverly with under about 10 seconds left. Anthony Davis would steal it. Picked up by Davis. And Anthony Davis would tie it up as he is stealing it away. Pistons would inbound it again. 6.3 remaining. But Anthony Davis would steal it like a robber in crime. Gets it to Antoine for the lead. Yes! 1.2 remaining. Hawks up as Deontay Davis would inbound it to Patrick Beverly in the corner for the win. No good! And the Hawks would advance to the second round. They're going to take on either the 2-seeded Celtics or the 7-seeded Pacers. Probably the Pacers as they do have a 3-1 series lead, but maybe they'll blow it.